All right, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Kim, and I'm on the patio with my company, Smokey and Rodney. Thank y'all for coming. I triple dog dare y'all to come and listen in, ear hustle on our conversation, because you gonna want to be in it. Trust. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
I can't call it. I mean, I've been trying to hold on, manage, take life a day at a time, but the devil always got to test us some way, somehow.
Yup, true, true. But all you gotta do is keep your faith, hold trust, hold trust. But we're not gonna talk about that kind of stuff right now.
No, no.
I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain. Just holding it down. Making it day by day. It's good to be here. Thank you for having.
All right, no problem, no problem. So I do have a question because I need a man's perspective on something. If a guy tells you that he loves you, but he's been through so much stuff that he doesn't have that intimate connection to you, what's a woman supposed to do?
You know, that kind of hit the nail right on the head with my situation, but it's vice versa. Now, I mean, for what a woman can do really is just keep holding on. I mean, try to understand the reason why he's feeling that way, and I mean, you understand that he's been into some rough relationships in the past, which everybody has been through those, but some hit harder than others. So, I mean, I would say if he's saying that he loves you, maybe he does. It's just hard for him to pin it there
Oh,
because he has trust issues.
I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking.
No, I know, but it's hard
Okay,
for
I just want to
it's hard
clarify.
for
I just want to clarify.
it's hard for him to pin it because he has trust issues.
All right, all right.
Right. And I mean, it just depends on. First of all, it depends on how long you've known the person, the different type of things that person is into, and what type of connection that y'all have outside of the emotions. No, it's not always emotions. It's sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's mental, and sometimes not all of those clash. You have to build some type of foundation first and a rapport with each other. Just because a person says "I love you," they might say it out of the kindness of their heart, just put a smile on a person's face.
Right.
True.
If
Because there are, I do know there's all different types of love.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the situation and the atmosphere that each person is in.
All right, all right.
I agree.
So what about like heartbreaks? Females, as females, we tend to just jump right back into it because we just want to be loved. We want to experience that whole, that extra wholeness because we're already whole. But when you
Right.
combine yourself with another person, then that's the infinite part. That's the whole part. When y'all hug, y'all making the infinity sign. I don't
Right.
know if people even realize that. But when your heart breaks, it's like dudes go on this rampage of just fuck everything, fuck all these women. I'ma run through them all, and I'm just saying in general because I know some dudes that are like that. I do know some dudes that just they just take a break. But I want to get your perspective.
Oh
Um,
man,
yeah, this is gonna be a while.
this
That's
this
all
is
right.
getting
I
deep
got
now.
nothing but time. I got nothing but time. See,
This shit
Um,
getting deep
I'm
now.
here for all the
That's kind of
bullshit.
like the situation I'm in. I mean, I fell for this girl. She basically took my daughter, and we're starting to raise her as her own child, and it was started off as a friend with benefit type of thing, and then we started to get intimate, and out of nowhere she just like cut that all off.
Mhm.
And I'm home. I'm home. What, 4 days out the month? You know what I'm saying? So for me to come home and be like, "Hey, babe," give her a kiss and hug, and then she'd be like, "Nah," none
You
of
said
that.
you're out 4 days. You're only home 4 days a month.
4 days a month.
Oh, she's
So I'm going for 2 weeks at a time.
She's
So,
having that detachment issue.
and you know what, I kind of felt that too, but it was like she even said it herself, like it feels like the longer you're away, I feel like, you know, I miss you more, which, you know, I was like, okay. So when I come home and, you know, being away, like I said, 2 weeks at a time, 4 days out the month, I'm gonna show you love and affection because I'm not there throughout the 2 weeks to do so.
I have a question though. Are you showing her the type of affection you want to show her, or the type of affection she actually needs?
Both ways.
Okay.
It's a two-way street.
Yeah, it's a two-way street. And I feel like I was putting more into it than she was putting into it. And you know, it just downhill from there. You know, I got home one day, found condoms, and I was like, whoa, like, what's this? You know, and then a couple of days later, I found Plan B, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's the ultimate disrespect right there. That's
and so
I would have deaded it right there because first of all, you in our house doing some dirty shit with some dude I don't even know. Thank you for using protection, but why you need a Plan B if you use the protection? That's that bullshit.
That part. So, you know, from there, you know, it was just downhill.
There ain't no reason for
I felt dirty for her, and that's the sad part. Because I'm like, damn, like you got somebody that actually cares about you, that, you know, he goes to work every 2 weeks. He goes to work for every 2 weeks, home out 4 days out the month. What woman wouldn't want that time away?
There's a lot of women. If she's a woman that needs that type of thing and you only can give her 4 days a week, that is not enough for her type of woman.
But you know what? There are some women that want that time away.
True.
To get that stuff together, because I've been in that situation too. And again, it comes down to communication and understanding. You know, you don't have that communication, of course. Well, you on the road, I'm going to do what I got to do, and vice versa. If I'm on the road, I'm going to do what I got to do.
Right.
You know, but if you don't, it's you have to bridge that gap. You know, you both have to understand. Well, look, if I'm at work, this is what I want when I come home. But also, if I'm on the road, if you guys don't communicate on a daily basis or every other daily basis, something's gonna get lost.
Yeah, and that's where I noticed that things started to get a little shifty too. Is when we used to talk every day. Every day. There was not one time she didn't message me. There was not one time I didn't message her. We do video calls, everything, and out of nowhere, it just started to slowly diminish. Right. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And then, you know, I got home, and one day I just, like I said, I found those condoms, and that's when I knew that, you know, she was doing dirty shit behind me. And I'm like, you know what? I can't do this no more. I fought and tried to, you know, figure things out, try to, you know, stay not for her behalf, but for the kids' behalf.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm putting in 100%.
Right. What's the benefit?
If I'm getting 40.
What's the benefit in the things that you get in the end?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing.
Right.
Well, now, if you chose her, then you chose her. It's bad that you chose one that you had to throw back, but it's a lesson learned for the future. If you cross another woman's path that's like that, you already know what you're going to get. So it's up to you to choose if you're going to go down that road or not again.
I'm not going down that road again. Hell no.
You know, with that, you never know what you're going to get until you dig deep and dive. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to open their book up to you right then and there. You got to
see. I'm one of them people that now that I'm older and more mature and really been through some bullshit, I be like, look, I'm looking for a lifer. I don't got no time for the bullshit. If you ain't looking for the same thing as me, then we don't even need to further go on because all we got is physical attraction right now and we don't have nothing else in common. I don't want to waste my time trying to get to know you and your ass end up being an asshole.
Yeah. And
I'm just saying, I'm tired of picking assholes. And I shouldn't even be the one picking, but I'm like, fuck it.
What that say?
Asshole of the year.
Hey, you know what, Kim? I could be an asshole. I can be an asshole. But at the same time, we both played that asshole role.
Right. Real. It takes a lot.
That was the thing. Like we'll call each other names. It was all,
Then that's how you know she wasn't the one in the first place. Because if you calling her a name or even out her name like a bitch or something, now back in the day I didn't give a damn, but now I'm like, oh, you calling me a bitch? Well, fuck you. I'm on the road.
No. Let me get there real quick. I never called her out her name.
Okay.
Never. So like when we do name calling, it's kid play. You know what I'm saying? You truffle stuffer, you lint liquor,
okay.
you cootie queen, shit like that. But we just have fun with it. But like I said, it just spiraled.
But
it did a complete 360.
Are your conversations depthful conversations or just
we have some
what that problem is at the moment? Because that problem might not even really be the problem. It might just be the ultimate result of the problem that she has deeper down.
Right. And you know what? Every time I try to get into those deep conversations with her, it's like she doesn't want to go there. She don't know how to express her feelings.
She doesn't. She
you
don't
know,
enough to share that stuff with you.
There's some stuff that she shared with.
It's so hurtful still to her that she doesn't know how to release it. And that's something that no one can do for her. She has to decide that she's ready to release that.
But that's probably because she's not used to doing it. If a person's not used to communicate with their partner or stuff like that, then that's going to put it's going to cause a drawbridge.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you're going to allow shit to come in and separate.
Yep. I've done that too.
But
allow my stuff. I used to tell people, look, if so-and-so show up, I don't care how much we're in love, blah, blah, blah. He show up, it's deuces to you, because that's my dude. Stupid shit is that? I probably done lost out on my husband like 10 times over just because of that bullshit.
Yeah.
For me to end up getting a chance possibly with that dude, and he still was on some bullshit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but you know what? Two people can't be with the bullshit. Somebody got to be the stable mind one.
Yes.
Yeah.
But see, now I look forward to, if we're having an issue, I look forward to us sitting down and having that conversation and going into that depth of, this is where I'm coming from, and it be an amicable conversation, not us yelling at each other.
And you know what? There's something that I learned from this last marriage that I was in. Sometimes you have to sit down and what they call it, because we went to marriage class before we got married. It's called the spoon technique. If you guys are going through issues, grab a spoon or a utensil or something. And like make up index cards of topics that you guys are both going through. And take time and hear each other out. Let the one person express what's going on. And then once the next person gets the spoon, they have to reiterate what that person was saying and build off of what they were saying.
Right. Because they're listening to what that person is saying, to listen and not listen to either just react or just hear that person, because, hey, at least she's saying or he's saying whatever they want to say.
Right. And you'd be surprised how much that will actually work out.
You know what? It could work, and then sometimes it could make the situations worse.
Yeah, but if
it makes the situation, I'm sorry, go ahead.
But if both of y'all have to go, if both of y'all go in, if I'm not going to say y'all, if both people go into it with an open mind, pray about it before you had a conversation.
Yeah, Right.
Take 3 deep breaths too. Take 3 deep breaths.
Who said that shit?
Pray about it first. So that way, open your ear gates before the bridle on your tongue.
Yeah, take 3 deep breaths before you respond.
That one person gonna say shit that's gonna piss you off. But you have to remember, I'm not here to get pissed off. I'm here to resolve.
Right.
Don't go to sleep angry either. Because then you just have that negative energy on you overnight. And then when you wake up, you still going to be upset. For what? Stay in the present.
I notice when I go to sleep angry, I have dreams and nightmares and then wake up angry.
No, don't do that.
I know that.
Agree to disagree, or come to some kind of agreement, arrangement, or whatever it is, so that way your soul is settled. So for when you get up the next morning, you feel refreshed enough to say, you know what, I'm gonna stay in the present. That wasn't worth me bringing up today. It's good enough for us to leave there. It's in the past. Let's work on today. That's what I try to do.
You know what?
But even when you try to talk to, there's some people that ain't adult enough to have a conversation like that too, and they tend to act childish when it comes to real situations. Listen, we're both adults, so please act like it.
Yeah, but y'all both raised by different people, and y'all both had different experiences to bring y'all into adulthood.
True.
But you got to make sure that when you do have the conversation, don't do it at home. Don't do it at home, because you know why? Once somebody gets pissed off, they can get up and walk away and go to a different room. Do it like at a restaurant, or someplace like that where there's people around where neither one of y'all gonna act stupid.
Right.
Any sane person ain't gonna act stupid.
Right. Why? Because you're in a public place. Ain't nobody trying to look retarded.
Right.
Hell no.
Make sure you don't have one of them that seek attention all the time.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Make sure that your environment is right.
Right.
Yeah. I'm 100% on that. I agree with you.
And then find somewhere for you to go to just cleanse your soul. Like I go to the beach, I throw on my headphones, I take pictures of the sky, I'll dance and sing out loud. I don't care. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Fuck y'all.
Shit, me, in order to get away, I'll smoke a joint and be happy.
Nah, that shit make me want to clean. I'm in the house lifting furniture and shit. Like, let me dust this, and I'm allergic to dust, so now I gotta go take a shower.
See, whenever I get into that state of mind, I'll just throw on my music and just zone out. And sometimes music will help you like calm your attitude too.
Yes.
It does, and some of the music that I listen to, I can tell you right now, it's a lot of, and I notice I listen to a lot of depressing music.
Don't do that. That's just gonna keep
but I feel what they're going through, and it kind of helps me heal some because I know the feeling that they're going through.
Right.
So it works vice versa. It depends on how you take it in.
Because you can release your tears and frustration because at least somebody went through the same thing. I get that.
Because
now I listen from gospel all the way up to classical rock. So my Spotify like system is like bananas, and I just put it on random. Whatever come out, I go out in my yard in the morning. What am I doing? Singing and dancing. And then I read the daily scriptures every day.
Man,
I'm spiritual. I'm not religious, so I'm not gonna go into that. But that's what I do.
Because like whenever I'm going through shit, I got one album that I go to, and that I listen to it from beginning to end, and it's like a story. Okay. This one album is a story, and I can relate to it. You said no name dropping, so I'm not going to drop the name of the person whose album it is.
Say he or her. That's enough. A pronoun.
Her. One of the greatest of all time from my hometown.
Hey, at least you're giving her flowers. She might.
I think I know what you're talking about.
She might know who she is. She might not.
I know who you're talking about.
Her flowers. I can respect that.
But her, that one CD that she got,
Hallelujah. Oh, I
Yeah.
said I wasn't gonna do that. My bad.
But that CD is a woo style moment.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But it takes you through different emotions.
Hey,
yeah.
I had a dude I bought a whole bunch of clothes for. I was so mad when he cheated on me. I went over there. I was like, give me my clothes. Give me this that I bought you. I tore down a whole bunch of shit in his room and threw liquor on it. I was hot to death.
You know what? I did the same shit. Like, you know, every time I went out and I seen something, like she was in love with Nightmare Before Christmas. She was in love with it. So me being me, you know, the good guy that I am, you know, the man that I am, I went out and whenever I seen it, I bought it because I know she fucking loves that shit. And every time she sees it, anything Jack, she goes fucking apeshit bananas. So
I get it.
I got home. I was like, listen, I need to talk to you. Like, we need to have this conversation. And she was like, I'm not having this conversation. I'm moving, this, that, and the fucking third. I said, okay, if you're moving, I want everything that I bought you. Because
Now, see,
I'm not
that's
going
petty.
to, I'm not going to buy you. I'm not going to show you my love. And you know, it's not even, it's gifts. I'm not even gonna say my love. It's gifts. I'll buy some stuff when I see it and I'll give it to her. But I took everything that she fucking bought and I was putting it in bags. I told her, I said, where's the rest of the shit? She goes and grabs the expensive ass cups that I bought her. They were like $100 a piece and fucking smashed them. That showed me she didn't give a fuck. So I took everything and I fucking smashed it. Everything.
The only reason why I took my stuff back is because I bought the stuff the day before and he cheated on me that night.
Okay,
That's the only reason.
Okay, but see, you said that it's petty that we take our stuff back. Women don't take most women that I know don't take their stuff back. They'll burn your shit.
Yeah.
The windows to the car. Yeah.
I got to the point where I be like, I just paid for you to walk out my life. At least it was cheap.
But you know what? Sometimes spoiling them will make them that way too. Because I used to do the same. Every time I would go to the mall, and anybody tell you I'm a sneakerhead. I go to the mall and buy sneakers. I gotta walk out with a pair for her.
I can vouch for that. He definitely is.
I need a man like that shit. I don't get a man that buy me too much. I mean, I got a friend that had bought me some stuff, and I respect him. I give him his flowers. I appreciate that.
But after a while,
nobody that think about me like that.
But you know what? That's just the type of person that I am.
True.
Yep.
You know, if I know your flowers, if I know what your favorite flower is, wow, you get them.
Yep.
And for real, I used to do stuff like that just off of GP.
Yeah,
I made her a whole garden of fucking what was it? Lilies.
Oh, I like
Easter lilies.
Yeah, that's the flower.
Easter lilies. I made her a whole garden of Easter lilies from red, white, black, purple, green, you name it. I did that.
And if you know anything about cattle lilies, them things are expensive.
Yeah, I love calla lilies, but see, I don't do the flowers like that only because I used to have a dude that gave me I'm sorry flowers every time he whooped my ass.
Look, I had one that used to always tell me, I want the chocolate dipped strawberry. Order me some chocolate dipped strawberry.
Okay.
I did better. I made my own. I went and bought fresh strawberries and everything, dipped them myself, and had them delivered to the job for her and her coworker.
It wasn't Sherry's berries, so she
But
didn't appreciate it.
No, they appreciate it more because they know it came from the heart.
Oh, that's true.
You know?
I like thoughtful stuff like that. Like I'm a hopeless romantic, even though I'm a tomboy.
And I spent more on the stuff to prepare it than it would have cost me to order 12 and get them delivered. You know, and a lot of people don't understand that. Right. If you're doing stuff from the heart, you know,
No, I get that.
But you know what, bro? Not many women have that heart.
I know.
Not many women have that heart. You can do a million things to show them that you care, and that, it could be the simplest shit and they don't appreciate it.
See, that's my thing. I love simple shit. It don't have to be monetary. It just have to be thoughtful. And dudes be trying to go over the top, and I'm like, okay, thank you, but
right.
Now I'm going to ask you a question, ma'am. How many women would actually appreciate a man that gets up, go to work, bust his ass every day? He'll come home, cook, get up, go to work, bust his ass, come home, still cook dinner, clean the house, and everything else on a daily basis.
You do it the most.
That's
how, I don't see how she couldn't be happy, because shit, you
taking the
load off of her.
And that
was my whole situation too with that too. Is like, I'll be gone for 2 weeks at a time. So she has her kid, 2 kids, and my kid. She's taking care of all 3, plus working. So I come home, I'm like, hey, go relax. I got the kids for the weekend. Don't worry about anything. Shit. Hey, hey, you want to make me brekkie? I'll do shit like that. Like, I'll go make her breakfast in bed and take care of the kids, clean the house, cook dinner. Shit that most men don't do.
Right.
Most men don't do that shit. They come home, hey, bitch, where's my dinner? Like, why is the house clean?
Out here.
And, and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking like, fuck, what did I go wrong? Should I start treating her like the rest of these motherfuckers be treating their ladies? Hey, bitch, where's my dinner? Make me a sandwich. Why ain't this house clean? Like,
no, but then when you start doing that, you automatically out there doing something.
Like me, I know I have
You're the bad guy.
I have a habit of forcing myself on somebody. Like, they'll tell me they don't want X, Y, Z, and I'm like, okay, you ain't got to have that. But I still stick around, because I be thinking that maybe one day they'll change their mind. And so I've been in a lot of situations versus
that was my situation. That was my problem.
For nothing. Once I see that I'm no longer useful to you for your benefits, and I'm not getting my benefits, or not benefits, but appreciation, you're not giving me my flowers for the little things that I do. I'm like the streets of New York. I'm walking.
I know that's right.
And that's where I fell into a hole, because I should have been that person and stepped back and been like, well, but I felt like if I would have just hung in a little longer and kept doing what I was doing, but tone it down some, maybe it would work out. Nah, it just wasn't enough. It's just never enough.
Wasn't the one for her.
It's never enough.
You're not the one for her.
But then once you stop doing it and you get into your next relationship or next experience, it makes you hold back, and that person could be genuinely true, the person for you, but you're scared to give it that because of all of the bullshit that you've been through in the past.
Right. Yeah. Whereas females are more apt to give that person a second chance, but they always end up holding that dude, holding past shit against that dude. I've done that before, where I'm like, you acting like this, so I've been down this road before, instead of just talking about it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's all about communication. Right. I mean, if you can't have that adult conversation, then there's no fucking point in me even bothering.
Yeah, I asked the dude that had been married like 30-something years. I was like, well, how did y'all get to that? He was like, marriage is 10% love and 90% everything else. If y'all don't communicate, first of all, then there ain't no point in saying I do, because y'all ain't each other's person.
Right. And we communicated a lot, and that's the sad part, is that we communicated a lot. But even though, and I can't, I could blame her, but there's times where I feel like, maybe it's her epilepsy working it, because she'll remember shit and then she won't remember shit. Mm-hmm. I don't know. So that's why I stayed as long as I did, because, I know her situation medical wise with her brain, what's going on, because you know the chemicals ain't working up there.
No,
But
I understand.
I don't know. I don't. And you know what? We're not seeing eye to eye now, and you know, I have to move on. I can't keep putting myself through this.
Right. You need your own peace of mind, peace of soul. So you need to move on. It's gonna
Plus,
be hard.
I'm a single. I'm a single father too. So it's like, you know, I can't worry about. Yeah, I can't worry about you and you know argue and fight with you, especially when she be wanting to argue and fight when the kids are around. I'm like, yo, like really, there's kids here. Like the kids don't need to see this shit.
Right.
How you see things, Smokey? Like with your experiences.
Live and learn. I've been married twice.
Oh, okay.
You got to live and learn. And when I enter into a relationship, I put all my cards out on the table.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I can do for you. Let's discuss on what we're going to do to make this work, and let's just take it day by day. I can't plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow's not promised. I'm damn sure not going to dwell on the bullshit that we went through yesterday.
Right.
You know, you can't go back and change it.
Right.
So,
I've done that. Put all my cards on the table.
You have to live for the moment. See, I was raised by nothing but women.
Oh, okay, I get it.
You know, I mean, I have my pops and I have my uncles and my grandfathers. But most of my life, I was raised by nothing but women. So that's where I get the mentality from. Is I don't need a woman for anything. I know how to cook, clean, sew, do hair, all of that.
That part.
So when I enter into a relationship, you don't gotta do nothing but take your ass to work and bring home some money to help with these bills.
I know that's right.
You know, so it's like I said, it's give and take, but I'm not gonna keep giving what I can and keep taking your bullshit.
That part.
How do y'all feel about older single women having younger children? Like 47 with an 8-year-old.
It depends.
Yeah. It does depend.
It depends on
and the child's father is very limited in their life. Like limited as in maybe one handful of time or two they see the person.
That depends on the person. If they already knew that was going to be a situation that they was going to be dealt,
right?
Yeah.
You know, then hey, I don't knock nobody for anything, because that's what you made that bed. You have to lie in it.
Okay, so what about child support? Do you feel that if the woman doesn't take that man on child support, that's not your burden to bear?
Now, you know what? When it comes down to that, I mean, if they both slept together, they made that kid together, they should be taking care of that child together, no matter what you do.
What if the mom made that arrangement?
Meaning,
I won't get rid of it if you. I won't charge you. I won't get you for child support if you don't try and get me to get rid of it. Or, adopt it.
You know what? And you know what? I feel a certain type of way about that, because, all right, so when I was younger, I got raped by a 24-year-old woman. I was 14 at the time. I was always hearing, like, mind you, I had to grow up. I had to raise myself. I had to go out, sell drugs, get what I needed to, do what I needed to do to take care of me. So I was renting a room from one of my customers. And she kept telling me, my niece likes you, my niece likes you, my niece likes you. I'm like, I'm all set. I come home drunk, X'd out, high as a kite, get home, pass out in bed, wake up to her on top of me. 10 years later, I get a knock on the door in the state of Connecticut talking about child support and paternity. Why'd you wait 10 years? How come you couldn't tell me about this? Granted, we weren't talking because of the situation. She took advantage of me. As I said, I was only 14. She was 24.
Damn,
she took that advantage.
She
So
might
I
wait
didn't really
statute of
conversate with her.
limitations.
So 10 years later, I get a knock on the door from the state of Rhode Island talking about child support and paternity. I took that damn paternity test. He was 99.99% mine. Not only did I find out I had a son that day, I found out I was $18,000 in rearage of back pay of child support. $18,000. Mind you, I'm a single father. I have my daughter. Every year they took my taxes. I was supposed to get back $7,000. They took that shit.
Yeah.
For 3 years. That shit hurt.
I bet
So, and then you gotta put on top of that 18,000 that you gotta pay back. Now, once that's paid back, you gotta pay that $120 every 2 weeks.
So you know what? Some women will do it to you. They'll do it to you on purpose, and they could be making more money than you are.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking that she waited that long because she was waiting for statute of limitations on that type of situation to run out.
It depends on the state. Some states don't have a statute of limitations.
Oh, Rhode Island definitely is a state. 10 years, and that's over.
See?
Well, yeah, because
that was over.
It's the same thing in New York. Because my arrears was $55,000. So.
Before I deal with all that hassle, it wasn't supposed to be about me. Before that hassle is dealt with, I would rather just have my child, and if he do something, he do something. If he don't, he don't. Because
I mean, why get? I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but why get the courts involved in the middle? You know, right. At the end, they're going to be the one to make the final decision, and it might be in your favor, it might not be in your favor. Right. So if both parents can't sit down and come to a mutual agreement, either A, you're gonna be a part of this life, or either B, I can do it on my own.
And that was the choice.
Because I dealt with that when my parents separated. You know, so it's like, hey, either you're gonna be in this life or you're not gonna be in this life. Not having to get my pops happened to get custody of me and my brother.
No, I never tell my son.
I was at that age where I knew.
And I'm thinking he's starting to realize it, but you know, as long as he don't voice and ask questions, I don't have to answer none. Or else I'll say, look, you need to talk to your dad about that.
I mean, that would be the correct answer to give. Yep. Because you got mothers out here that are dirty shame the father, and the father ain't do nothing.
Yeah.
The father could be a good dude. And
my thing is,
mothers out there dragging his name through the mud.
That child ain't asked to be here. If you know the situation between you and that other person and you still go against their wishes, and even though they have a part in it, don't be a miserable person about it. Why? Just do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
There's no sense in being miserable. That yes, there are guys out there that would love to have their child, and then there's bitches out there who making it miserable for them. For what? Because they don't want you? For what? Because you thought you was gonna get this, that, and the third, and he ain't give it to you. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm sorry if any woman out there don't agree with me, but I'm sorry. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, because I got put in that situation.
Show your child how you can pick up and keep it moving, not how you can cause this person a miserable life and watch your child see you fighting that person or cussing that person out or whatever. Now that child has that image that they either have to grow out of or they grow into.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, once that child gets older and they hear both sides, they'll make that decision on their own on who was right and who was wrong.
If they ever hear both sides. It might be a rumor, but at least they'll hear it because you know how we do. Hold a secret.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, that's about my time, fellas. I appreciate y'all coming through to the patio. Thank you for keeping it real, keeping it honest, and showing all the love. I appreciate it.
Well,
and to all my listeners, go ahead, give y'all shout outs if y'all want. Give y'all flowers. I apologize.
Shout out to all the single daddies out there holding it down. Shout out to all the single mamas out there holding it down. Shout out to the couples that's making it work together. Stay strong, right. Or white, whatever your nationality is.
Yep.
Shout out to all my people trying to make their life better instead of living in the past, dwelling on the bullshit. You know, it doesn't get you
That
nowhere.
part. That
You
part.
know, you can't live life looking in the past. You gotta focus on the future.
Stay in the present, focus on the future. Drop whatever ain't gonna matter.
Yep.
Whatever ain't really gonna matter. But to my listeners, I hope you enjoyed eavesdropping on our conversation on the patio. And until then, it's what's up.